And live! Welcome back, everybody, to our little DnD game here at the Slice and Dice Cafe. I'm your humble Dungeon Master, always live family. Unfortunately, we are down Joe this week, so not a full house. Matt is playing Flint the Octopus. No. I will be doing my best Flint impression as always and trying to, keep him in the conversation. My silly little question this week, because of the announcement on the Switch 2, is what is everybody's go-to Mario Kart player? Mine is Luigi!
I tend to pick Roy.
Okay. I didn't realise Roy. Roy is
the little Bowser with the glasses.
Yes.
I tend to pick Roy. I don't know why. I just like it, and I'm.
We did it the wrong way down. Say who you are and who you playing for. I know.
I am Yogi, and I play Valkus.
I'm Operating Pie, and I play Evermore the Sorceress. And come no surprise, who I choose. And I play Mario Kart.
I think my money is on Rosalina. Yeah. Of course, one of my favourite princesses of Mario. Is she a princess? Space princess. I mean, Rosalina, I feel like if there's anyone who's going to have that energy. The fringe! It's the fringe! Sorry.
And she levitates all the time.
We move forward.
I'm Matt. I'm playing Karan, and my go-to is
Nice. And last
Hello, my name's Chloe. I play Rowan, Paragon Ranger. And see, there's technically two options because I do like to play as Rosalina. I know lots of other gay people, and they tend to get there first. So my other option is Barry Jr. Full of fucking cats.
The new option is either a couple of times cabbage, or
Yeah, you can take it as well.
I thought you said Barry Jr. and I thought you said cabbage.
Barry
Barry Jr. and cabbage are famous Mario.
I don't feel
It's
seen.
just one
Or today.
Coming to Mario Kart World.
Love that.
I love it. Yeah, Luigi, because no one wants to do Mario. I'd rather be playing two, to be honest. Luigi's great. I love Luigi. If I can't play as Luigi, then it is also Yoshi as well. Boy.
And it comes in loads of colours.
Indeed, yeah.
my friend plays with Diddy Kong Jr. and my other friend plays with the from.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to play as Isabel.
I feel like if any of you had said the memes, if any of you had said that you play as the memes, you would have been kind of
Sorry, I don't believe it.
No.
I think we're all ready to get started. Excellent. Right. Last time on the world of K-Rock, the Spellends have been enjoying a party at the Platinum Lounge. You learnt that Rowan's mother is building something involving chronomancy and wanted Flint's assistance with building it. She also has something along the lines. But she claims to have pieces of a glass urn of some kind that Flint believed to be the legendary weapon known as the Mages Council then asked all of you to offer your assistance in these dark times and wanted to know who was going to stay in first order, who was going to be finished. Sip some milkshake and eat some sugar.
Being the dungeon master is hard work.
Yes. The shaman of the Mages Council then had a discussion with all of you about who was going to leave first sword, who was going to stay in first sword. Yeah, there was a moment where you all huddled and had a brief conversation. I think the general consensus of the spell ends that you're going to stay.
No fun, no fun.
As well, stay for as long as you can until you've got to pull one of those get out of jail free cards out of the bag and just disappear somewhere else. Along with everybody staying, there are also talks about if there are any ways to stop the light form as it has been coined. The light form, yep. Oh, yeah. Notes, take notes, of course. Look busy, Jesus is coming, or whatever. Yes. Are there any ways that the light form can be slowed down? Can it be stopped? You're not sure. You found out that you've got roughly 72 hours until the end of the world. And then you all decided you wanted to have a little break, play a little game. There was a rogue skeleton man in the corner of the room, claiming to be called the Card Master. And when you sat down at his table and drew several cards from the deck, you were all shrunk down to miniature versions of yourselves and playing out a game on the table. You did. You won. You absolutely took the fights that you had to do, and won very quickly. You were given a prize, which was just money. Apparently, it was money. And then, as the game finished, Nora, you decided to take a step out onto the balcony, which overlooks all of Firstdawn, and the final thing that we saw at the end of the last session was a large red crack appearing across the comet. And that is where we pick up today's session, as Nora, who stepped out onto the balcony and looks up into the sky to just see this impossibly large crack appear on the comet.
And I look up with someone fingers right, I turn back and can't see anyone hears me. And I go, well, I've seen a few cracks in my time. But I've never seen one like that.
Yes.
Everyone comes out to witness it. So.
I feel like all of you could have joined Nora on the balcony there in next space. There would be like a
backstage come out to
well, no one else has come out so far. There's loads of space. Like the five of you can hang out on the balcony. Like, just enough space. There might be other ones off different directions. You don't know. I said last time as well as you go to turn around, look at the Mage's Palace, and look at the mountain, it's just not there. You are just floating on a balcony in the middle of space, looking out on the Firstdawn. You can hear the large chorus of partying going like, you come get that as well, just coming down from Firstdawn. Somewhere in Firstdawn there is also just like some sort of disco rave music. There would also be a small little like automaton that very much looks like a droid from Star Wars. There's like a small little like cubic droid that just sits there at the balcony, and if any of you approach it, a little lid opens up on the droid and cigarettes are just in the droid or in the robot like a cigarette machine.
So we've decided we're staying. Probably the most stupid decision we've ever made.
I agree. I agree.
we always make stupid decisions.
We have two, says Flint.
Yeah.
It's licky licky to this.
So
And I don't want to put my fingers above the counter.
we've got 72 hours. You either stop the comet from destroying everything, which is looking less likely, or we get the fudge out of Dodge. Stay for a while.
We can stay for as long as we need to, realistically, Evanora. We've got ways out of here if we want. I feel like it's a thing that we decided to stay. We try to do as much as we can for the city of Firstone, and then we fucking leave, to be honest. I would really rather not be here when that is closer. We just focus on it.
I'm pretty sure that crack is likely and close up.
Yeah, that one, it is large and there is a it's like looking at a vein
And Red Fire and also
on the
continues
comic.
to exist.
It should
That
not be
tender
there.
I don't think that is.
So if you want to, you can connect to see what is
Only if it's
or if it gets very closer, maybe it's better.
You suspect the comic is still definitely more than 120 feet away.
Can I do a check? Can I do a check on that comic? So I can see if it's made of blood.
You can make an arcana check.
Sorry, please continue.
I could scry Scrying is when you look at
God is still not shot.
I think you're flying.
I got 11.
11? Even with an 11, because it is like technically general knowledge, the comic is not made of rocks, it is made of crystals. And specifically two types of crystals. There are two types of crystals that make up the comics. They wouldn't have names yet because they've not been named. But there are like dark grey crystals in the comic and then bright blue ones as well.
My voice.
I don't know.
Yep.
And I'd say,
Even though those are the two types of comic that make up, two types of crystal that make up the comic is always gold. The comic always glows gold.
something buzzing.
Apart from now, there's a red crack.
Would you call the
They have a name, but they have a name, but they are not currently named.
Raymite?
very difficult to obtain you.
Oh, shiny.
Shinium. I like shinium. Shinium's fun. Maybe that's a different metal somewhere else.
Tiny, I'm trying to really like.
Oh, that
It's
It's
under the table, isn't it? I can find it. One second.
I got it.
Yogi's got it. There we go. Okay. Never leave dogs behind.
So if we're staying,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
See what everyone's plans are. Then go with the best plan. And then maybe tell them about
So it's Operation Sheep, right?
Operation Sheep, putting in sheep clothing.
100% when you think Operation Sheep, Simon is just like, meh.
I said,
But
I mean, sorry, it's
no one knows about the
I was going to
peel.
say something just in case you're forgotten, but you got this.
the idea of it with sheep hasn't got us very far. But why don't we take control of this? Because nobody else seems to want to.
Oh, that's what I sassy. Like it.
So let's see what the plans are and let's choose and make one happen.
Do we tell them about the paper?
Flint, I feel like Flint would say we should tell them.
Could be an option to stop this thing, then we can touch.
Simon now would also say, if you do remember, Shame that the Sims went to look for of some kind to get us into the actual plane. I don't know what's going to get the use to it, so if we did find it, maybe we should go back inside and that's fine.
Maybe some more drink.
You've got a good relationship with Intel.
Yeah. So we are there. What are we doing?
Right. Let's sort
Very
out what
much
to
like that.
do. So find out about the ship.
Shit.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
That leads to the complication of how do we read it?
I have to be honest.
He knows 100%.
Next thing we need to do is find out what technology
Of the plan.
I will say, because I forgot to say last week, the photographers here at the party and they were saying whether or not they want to leave or stay.
Plus, the Patari brothers have the vision.
Well, I don't have the box. I'm not sure where the box is. It's usually on that shelf over there. This box of doom.
I'm not sure what the mine was. It seemed like
Yeah, I was trying to guess as well. I wasn't sure. We return to our regularly scheduled program.
okay. Well, these are two things we can get started.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So, find about the ship, how we're going to breathe up there. What are the plans around the room? Maybe we can hop on some new pose. The Patari brothers, they're still here. Are they staying or not?
We also, this is split this time, we also have a bomb of some kind from Tina that might help us.
Tina, how are we going to launch it?
You also have a red chip to help.
No. I will not face that usurper.
And 2 exploding bags of holding.
I would feel safer with that option, to be honest.
So we've got an escape.
Seems like we've got more scale plans to get this. I really want to go down one of the slides. I'm not going to have you. When you showed me those blueprints, I really want to go down one of those slides. I can imagine it sounded
I think first things first. Shall I see what Red Simon's up to?
Last time we saw him, just smashing to bits.
I'm gonna perch myself up against the edge of the balcony.
Yeah. Make a deck save. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's an atrocity.
Guns coming up behind you. He's going to hold you like a Titanic.
There we go. No deck save need. You've got the 26 strength of God holding you on.
And I am going to...
Right, does Evanora try a secret?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Would any of you try one of the secrets from the little droid
Yeah, in a minute.
robot? Okay. I keep saying droid. I've watched Star Wars recently, and I keep saying droid. They are robots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom.
So I'm going to try and scry on the side.
Okay.
Red.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom 20.
Yeah.
Plus,
Well, he would have lots of he would have lots of debuffs as you know him when you met him.
yeah. So, plus 0 from met the target, and
You are familiar.
yeah. So, You have the time to picture all the like garment, all the possession, body part, lock of hair.
You've got regular Simon. Like, all of these things could be attributed by regular Simon.
Minus 10.
Minus 10.
Not guidance. Boom.
Bad guy.
No guidance.
Eight.
Yeah.
-2.
That already was minus heavily. Because he had like regular Simon, I think has a decent wisdom.
That's the same. You should be able to get Red Simon's thoughts. It's a minus. Under demon.
Tell us the plan.
12.
10. What are you thinking?
So red Simon's a 6. So we only have a +1. So technically out of -9. So. I'm all sugared, ready to go. It's much like we have seen before when Malchus casts the scribe spell. It's like Raven, it's not so Malchus, it's exactly like that. Your vision quickly travels from Cairo. Doesn't have to travel far, mind you, as it quickly rockets towards the comet. And zooms into the exact location where Red Simon is. Red Simon is now 30 foot tall. And it's still smashing the comet to pieces. But the only thing that is really different is that as Simon smashes pieces of the comet, he's taking the blue crystals and any of the blue crystals that break off the formation, it should be leaving them alone.
This might be a terrible idea.
Now we know the information, we can tell them.
I don't know.
Yes.
Like, if I were to shoot the crystals, put it on impact, make some of them chip off.
That'll be actual kill.
Not really small.
And plus, we put out enough warnings to leave it. So,
It's their own fault.
Anybody who stayed here of their own volition is in the old way. That's what we do. Fuck.
well,
Catch 22 sandwich.
Shit.
well, if it's loads of people, it's fine. Or I'd maybe not do it, but I have to find like a blue fire.
What would happen if you chopped it up and someone else said, that's not long to think about shit.
So you
Kind of that.
leave it as a no.
Still very good. Yeah, there are several, like, as you look at it now, because it's much closer, whenever it's been in the sky, as I've said before, it has this gold hue to it. But as the cracks are starting to form, that gold hue is starting to fade. And you can see the blue and grey portions of the comet much more clearly. And there is one large section of the comet that is very bright blue.
Directly to me.
That's fine. Clear land.
It's the city.
I touch you on the shoulder and go, if you're going to do it, guidance.
Nah!
Right, okay.
Simon going to do it as well, but realises he can't cast magic, and it's just like guidance.
So I can use my bow with acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, and thunder energy.
Thunder's going to break holes.
I wouldn't do radiant either. I wouldn't bother with it.
Thunder?
Thunder's going to.
I'm trying to get shit off.
100%, Simon, 100% he would.
Oh, but I
Right,
can cold.
I'm going to send Simon over towards under the comet.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
When we put our braids together, I do cold first, then lightning to breathe it all together. Some more of it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I am going to
Simon's going to catch. I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
So you help Simon underneath the comic, which is somewhere else in the first door. You've got the mage hand ready. Please make an attack roll.
You have guidance.
Alright.
Which doesn't affect attack rolls. It's just ability checks. It's just ability checks. You need a bard on the team.
Unnatural.
Unnatural 20 is just enough. As you fire this arrow off up into the air.
First one's cold damage.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to roll damage or?
No need. There's no need. It's a magic blow. There's no hit point. No, as you fire the arrow up into the air, there is a moment where the arrow seems to flash with light, vanishes, and then you just see that crack on the comic splinter out in a few different directions.
I'm not done
And
yet.
then it's like a tiny little bead of blue light just seems to drop to the ground.
Well, I'll commit to doing my second one. So I'm going to go again with double damage.
Roll. The range of the bow is not enough to shoot the comet. As I said, the arrow disappears and then reappears. Something like a teleport. What was the second attack roll?
29.
It's more than enough. Again,
A better shot.
again, the arrow streaks through the air, vanishes mid-flight, and you see more of those cracks on the comet.
Is that your arrow to me?
Seemingly,
No.
possibly, not sure. You shot an arrow at the comet and the
Rowan-
comet seemed to take damage. Again, another piece of blue light begins to fall from the comet.
Catch it!
In your head, you would hear, I've got it.
I instantly snap Simon back to me.
Oh, that did hurt a little bit. It's
Just drop
bigger
it.
than I was, no, it's bigger. It's bigger than I was expecting. It's over there.
Okay.
Find it!
It's near Tina's. Just in case, if any of you want to go shopping, well, you have the opportunity.
What's closer to Tina's, the Mage Tower or the Brass Donkey? I go, here goes, haven't done this before. Grab everybody,
Roll.
like group hug, and I cast, is it Sanctuary? Word of Recall, and take us back to the toilet.
Do you grab it?
Yeah, well, just group hug
He was
everyone.
out on the balcony with you. I think it would be very funny if you group hug and he's just still there on the balcony. Like, oh, fuck. I'm going to stay at the party now.
Yes, I'm letting
No. You all, everybody's back inside. You all group hug, cast Word of Recall.
leaving the lounge room.
You are now. You cast Word of Recall and appear inside the bathroom at the Brass Donkey. All there, like, squished together.
Move your arm, Joe! Move your arm! Someone like Carla! Move your arm!
Oh, wait, so they flush the toilet.
Ah, my shoes! Flip.
There's somebody else in here!
Yeah, get out. Go away. I was having a poo.
Can I grab it? So someone over everyone and like on top.
You absolutely can, like, grab, like, you, like, go to Rabbit Hop. You go to Rabbit Hop and just burst through the stall of the door and clatter out onto the floor of the Brass Donkey.
First time I've been found in the bathroom stall.
With 5 other people.
Well, usually when they can catch it.
And one of them's on drugs.
Right, let's get to Tina's, quick.
Yeah.
Why were you?
Because the blue crystal fell.
Oh, I didn't.
Again, Guy is still on drugs. So,
Keep up going.
I'm not there.
Simon would also say, oh no, one landed boss. I got pushed at the first one to the big one.
Okay.
Can I do check to see how it works?
Do you know where it's landed?
21.
Somewhere near the temple.
Somewhere in the cabinet.
Should we split it?
You can if you want to.
And they close to the bar.
If we're going to one where we know where it is, Garner's putting blue and blue together and has taken his sword out and been like, you trick it?
There you pull the sword. There.
There you go.
Oh, that's out of the curtain.
You pull the sword out. The blue gem in the middle has stopped glowing at this point. And the sword is just like, I can't sense anything nearby. You can all hear it, by the way, because he didn't turn the speaker off. He didn't turn the speaker off. I don't detect anything nearby. Maybe if we get a little closer. Sorry, big fella.
That's okay, I'll leave you on speaker. Shout if you. And God, what were you going to say?
We'll do.
Censored.
No, I think it's all consent. He's looking around.
So you all begin to dart very quickly towards Tina's. And as you start to get closer, you realise that there is a plume of smoke billowing up from nearby to Tina's.
Oh, Tina's shop.
As you turn round the corner, Tina's shop is fine, but in the back garden there is now a crater, and in that crater is about an 8-foot tall, glowing blue crystal.
Tina came to this house.
Can you imagine if we just threw it to us?
It's her best crystal.
Before,
Yeah.
So if I pass through the shop to get to the back garden, it's walking out as a cinema.
You go to pass through, but for the first time ever this campaign, the sign on the door says closed.
can I miss a step in?
Yeah, you fully can. You can look through the window, miss it down through the window, you appear on the inside. You look around, it doesn't appear like anything. You say hello, there is no response.
Yes. I do.
Open the door, lock inside, so opening is enough. As you all pass through the shop, you feel 100% it's like, where's the bomb? As the bomb in the workshop isn't here. She had a bomb here in the workshop, it's right there on the table, it's not here. I don't know, I don't think so. No, she said she wanted to use it.
Wait, first things first. Can I go and get the stone? I am going very confusingly through the shop. I'm not really sure how to get out. No, carefully, but possibly slightly too carefully. It's taking longer than it probably should. And then I'm outside.
You step out into the garden, and there is just this 8-foot tall glowing crystal that is just playing like. You see the same thing? Yeah, just this large crystal embedded into the ground, faintly pulsing.
It's about time come. I don't think so.
It is slightly bigger than that.
How much do we weigh? Should we do
Slightly bigger than that.
man the stone?
You can try.
I'm going to try.
Give you advantage.
And then
Advantage because you're raging. Guidance would count for this because you have advantage. Plus your athletics.
14 plus 10. 27.
even if it's 27, you grab this thing and they're like,
I'm ready to try and help you.
it's already got advantage, so you can't give that advantage and give it further. This thing will not. There's a moment where like you get it off the floor for a second, you've got to put it back down, otherwise you're gonna probably
Oh God, we did it.
not strong enough. They have to lift like 10 pounds.
I'm going to try something.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up to the crystal.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my hand on it and cast levitate.
I cast levitate on it. What level is levitate? Oh no, because you cast on the spell. I have to think for a second. As you cast the levitate spell, there is a moment where you feel
You can levitate an object up to 500 pounds.
it's way heavier than 500 pounds. Here's the thing, as Falcus puts a hand on the stone and casts levitate, the levitate spell does not work. All of your expended spell slots come back.
Just for stone, just for stone.
I am.
Again, you don't have spells, so you have anything
Why
gone.
not like actually technically do and not actually so you can only instinctively go over?
It would still just give advantage and because you already have advantage. You can touch it if you
And
want
if
to
the
touch
road you go over to try and help, you wouldn't actually
it.
help.
As soon as you touch the stone, any expected spell slot of yours.
Can I just cast like a big investigation? So the history, investigation.
This would be either history or occult.
History,
Two things I know you're very good at. Or like a 31 or some 35 with history. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is that there is no record of this material anywhere on Earth. This is the new thing that has been introduced to the ecosystem. I'm guessing everyone knows shit. As we put a hand on it, all of your expended spell slots
God. It's gonna lick it.
yeah, it has like this strange, like salty but sweet taste at the same time. It's not good, yet you want more.
I can't answer everyone who says
I bet
raspberry.
also, as you lick it, all of the drums in your system begin to like tingle and reactivate. And you can make the Constitution saving throw for people with disadvantage. Wow. So as you lick this crystal, there is a moment where Dawn visibly begins to vibrate. Dawn's big beard. The beard grows double in length and becomes blue. Yeah, there is no colour. There is no colour left in Dawn's eyes. His eyes are just black. You can't hear it nor when she speaks. For all intents and purposes, for the next minute, Dawn is not there.
Okay.
The body is there. The body is there. The body is there, but your mind is somewhere else right now.
There's a second one of these dropped somewhere, so we need to think about
For
it.
a 35 as well on the history check for Evernorth. There was something that I was going to say, but I couldn't remember what it is now.
This hasn't been discovered in the world.
This has never been discovered before because it was the comics, it was off planets. The stone, yeah, the crystal itself, as you look at it closer, there are like flecks of gold within the crystal itself that seem to shift and move within the crystal.
Break it off. Break it off.
Again, whenever Nora speaks, then you can't hear it. You can see the mouth moving, but you can't hear it. Yeah.
There's something that makes
I am not 100% sure what that might be. There might be a pebble motion.
I can try this. I cast through volleyball field and make the entire crystal a miniature version on a little amulet.
Yeah, it's the little one that you can cast it on an object and it's a crystal, so it can't make a saving throw. You cast through polymorph of the crystal and just shrink it down. It comes with it as well. And then, as soon as it shrinks down, the drugs in your system, all of the drugs in God's system are flushed. No hangover. You feel as if you never took any.
I'll grab it and just shove it down my neck at the same time.
This could be a really cool habit to just get rid of
For unlimited spells. Come on.
Sorcery points.
I know your sorcery points come back to social spells.
Right, let's take it to the other one. Temple District.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the temple.
Right, I'll send Simon up to try and get
Oh yeah,
these
because
on
you
my
can fly. Make the second check. Sorry, makes sense. If any of the rest of you would like to make perception checks to try and find the crystal, yes. Nice.
24.
Lovely. 11, right? Plus 10. Good.
30, yeah.
Nice. So, 20. It's like there was this strange building of energy that flew through your body from the crystal and seemed to
like static.
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to try some
Like trinity of
the next one. I'm going to get something. So I'll let you know when we get to it.
25, 30, 24, 10. So, as you are dashing through the city, charging to try and find smoke in this other crystal, Rowan, you spot it 30, the smoke filling somewhere in the
It's up there.
yeah, and as you say, it's up there. It has crashed into the side of the ground.
Which temple?
It would be. It wouldn't be Palos. Wouldn't be Palos Temple. It would be the Storm. It would be the Storm. Temple.
Pissed.
There is this large chunk of blue crystal that is just embedded into the roof of one of these temples.
I couldn't hear any of the revelations.
So the crystal.
No, I mean like me.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Can I send a message? Can I send a message to someone in the magic? I just had that's what we're going to. I think it could be both in their details.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll say to even though it's contentious, I'll send it to Penelope. I'll reach out to Penelope.
Penelope would respond immediately and say, I will inform the rest of the Mages Council that this is what's happening here. Oh.
Why not remember?
Yeah, you float gently.
Running after this perspirating. I'm perspirating since the old days.
So yes, so you all arrive in the temple district, it's very quickly and easy to find where the crystal is. As I said, it's embedded in the roof of one of the temples.
Right, we're going to make a matching bracelet this time, boy.
How big's the
Again, this is like another 8 foot tall.
How high?
I'm just going to look at Rowan and go, how hard did you shoot this thing?
It's maybe like 8 feet.
I happened, like I shot the arrow and then it like I don't know part of the momentum from the teleport that helped it go so quickly. It sounds like my mom.
Atrocity.
Because it's 8 foot up in the air. I go, hands in, put all our hands in, and I cast fly on a sword.
Wait,
I want to put flowers.
a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So now everybody has a flying speed of 60 feet.
Nice.
So we can all just zip up there.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice when this high up? It really clears out this band.
You all zip up towards where the crystal is, and as you look down into the building, you can see the rafters of this building are like falling through. And there are clerics and priests on the inside, like looking up, being like, "Hello, what is going on?"
Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. It wasn't us. We're going to take this big crystal from your roof.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Maybe move out of the way a little bit though, just in case something happens.
We will clear out the building, do not worry.
I hope the storm guards not too upset.
And then you just hear this like, it's like a grumbling from within the church. No storm, no storm, no rain.
I will throw 5,000 flat. Just down.
Ow, ow.
Sorry, that should help with the roof.
Thank you. That counts as your good deed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they see the 5,000 platinum just scattered to the ground and are just like, this is more than enough.
Church of correctly.
They're probably going to make it black.
I will. Yeah, because I got my spell shots there.
Matching set.
I am going to cast as the other magic user. I think that Nora keep hold of this. So I'm going to cast True Polymorph, but this time shrink it down and set it in a tiara.
Oh, but another one would be fun.
2 crowns.
One of those little head necklaces.
Nice. Again, cast True Polymorph. The large 8 foot tall crystal shrinks down, and this wonderful like band appears around it, or you can
How long does True Polymorph last?
forever. Why do you think I wanted you to not be planetars forever? Because then Garn and Rose would just not exist.
It's concentration up to an hour. If it lasts the hour, it's permanent.
No understand this.
If you concentrate on it for an hour, it becomes permanently that for the rest of it. Too far away.
Have we just created our
30 feet.
own artwork?
You asked.
I'm going to be in the history.
I will tell you now that the blue crystals are called dawn shards.
Dawn Shah.
Dawn shards.
I know.
Dawn Shah. The Dawn Circuit.
And absolutely, yeah, that is the item that you may add to your inventory is the dawn circlet and the dawn medallion.
Dawn Circuit.
Dawn medallion sounds like something Top Jones would wear.
Ah! It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. That is also kind of how your dad sings as well. It's like very Tom Jones.
Yeah, he is.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Dawn Was it Dawn Grant?
And the Dawn and the Dawn. I will not tell you what they do because it might change. But now you get your spells back. But there are other things that they do.
I got excited, and as I cast True Polymorph, we all just drop out of the sky.
Oh, because you're not concentrating on fly anymore.
Right, anyway, sorry,
Can I manage to get my feet on the side of the building?
Yeah, 100%. You can easily catch yourself. Everybody else make a dex save.
Can I mention?
Yeah. You go to fall for a second. Nope.
How far is it?
Like 8 foot fall.
I'm actually.
But yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can do that.
Shall I grab Flint? I know Flint can't get out.
I don't think Flip would have even lifted off the ground. You would have cast fly on him, but he would have just stood there and watched you all.
Yeah, because I can only cast it on 4 people.
The critical roll for
Yes.
Falling damage is pretty bad.
Yes.
Are you okay
It's
to
a
get there?
team.
I have used my spider shoes to grip onto the side of the building.
Yeah. You go to fall.
I am
and,
vertical. I'm vertical with my feet on the side of the building, being like,
Are you okay to get there?
Dimension door.
Door access to the
Yeah,
ground. You can fly anyway.
I'll cast an extra blow as well.
Yeah, you two both go to
What
fall.
does your dimension do?
Yeah, I was about to ask this because it's the first time you cast Dimension Door and you cast it in slow.
So for mine, I'm like pull the cloak up, and then there's a door that he will open and go in, and then it will like.
I love that. Yeah, you like basically wrap the cloak around yourself and it folds in on itself at the same time, and then you reappear just landing on the ground.
The guy that's superhero position.
Of course. And
Okay.
you're not bad on the
Grabs,
knees because of the 26 strength.
I think Valkus would grab his dagger out and just drag through the air. It'd be like a pulse of space and time.
Yeah,
And
that's very welcome.
And I'll do the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow.
Yeah.
Was me and Rapper just
When you gently float, Rowan just walks down the wall.
I should always do the hard levels.
I'll be with you shortly.
You both now have these dawn shards as
But so red silence.
I think we will take a little break. Take a little break there. And in the toilet.
Oh.
Alright.
I'll be in the kitchen.
I'm sorry. I feel like you're all already in the history. Monday Crew knows about the guys now.
Right.
Monday Crew.
Yeah, they do.
And we're back. Thank you all very much for returning after our break. We're going to continue exactly where we left off, as you all stand in front of the Temple to the Storm Lord after retrieving one of the Dawn Shards and turning it into a nice circlet for everyone. It is. It's maybe like nearly midnight at this point. Nearly pushing 1 in the morning.
Back to the ball before you turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, it's early hours at this point. People are tired of the fucking
Till tomorrow.
till dawn.
People won't stop partying here.
We can't.
So, back to the Mage's Palace to tell them everything that we've just learned from these crystals.
Yeah.
And see what they've all come up with to try and stop that from impacting us.
We're gonna head back.
You head back to the Mage's Palace. You are let back in the front doors. There is the moment where the teller looks at you all and is just like, didn't I let you all in already?
No.
That is incorrect.
Yes.
Please head upstairs. As the lift doors just open up
I'm
again.
getting and I'm like, sorry, but fell out of the fall.
There is no response. There is no response from the teller as that one.
We tripped and fell over and landed to rest on keys.
Yeah, you will get back in the lift, push the button to return back up to the Platinum Lounge. The doors reopen and you step back into the Platinum Lounge as everybody is just giving you odd looks of where did you all go?
If no one going to mention my new adornment.
Funnily enough, it would be Limina. Yeah, the creepy 12-foot tall, gangly elven lady.
I've leave my amulet
Tucked in, yeah. She like cranes the neck, and I think whenever she turns, there is like a cracking and twisting of bones that you can hear in her body, and she is just there like, what a strange shit.
Yes, it's just me. I've just taken it from the sky.
What?
Maybe it can help you. What else is in the sky? I don't know.
Let me see.
Isn't it pretty? You can look with your eyes, Limina.
Please, take it. Allow me to inspect it closer.
Inside.
You making it?
Just to be sure.
Be sure.
Just to be sure. 23.
Way higher than I got. She's not trying to take it from you. She just wants to look at it.
Very passionate about that.
Of course, absolutely, yeah.
Careful with it.
Take it off. She won't take it from you, but if you just hold it out towards her, she just looks at it, and there is this like flash of purple that goes over her eyes. No, she's casting a spell. She doesn't want to touch it. She casts a spell on it, and there is a moment where she is just like, that is not possible. They have a piece of the comets, and she says to the crowd, and everyone now turns to look at Evanora as you put it back in your head. All eyes are on Evanora in this moment.
Now I've been twice blessed. Once by the comet and once by the volcano. What are the odds?
You have received a blessing from Baylor. There is no, before you can even say anything, Bailey, the choice here. It's just like, yes, she has received a blessing from my God. It would seem that Baylor has great things in store for the 5 of you. And she looks across, there's about 6 of you, as she then realizes Simon is there as well.
So I'm going,
I am here.
Some could say we're destined for greatness.
This is possible. How did you get it?
Now that's
That's
We try to tell them that 'cause we're trying to
oh yeah. Well,
we're trying to stop the thing.
old chicks die.
Okay, I turned around and said, a bit of a shot in the dark, really.
Yeah.
If you have all managed, if you have all managed to damage the comet, then there is something we can do after.
Could he?
Should I, like whisper to only you guys can hear, should I tell them what happened? So it was me. I shot the comet with my bow. Yes, which I don't believe has teleportation abilities. I don't believe that was
You're quite right. You hear Sim Sam's voice from the corner.
from pretty far, and then it went up, and it's here. That
Dragon scale long. You are approached by Sim Sam.
yes, it is.
I created that many years ago. The important thing is not echo. I created that bow, my dear Rowan, is very special and has a connection to the astral plane. Dragons come from the astral plane, and if you look very closely at that bow, you will see. And you look at where you would knock an arrow into it. Yeah, like on the curved bit of like where the wood is, seemingly like embossed into the wood, is a dragon's heart. You haven't noticed before. You hadn't noticed it before because it was closed. And as you now look at it, there is an open dragon's eye on the bow.
Without putting a bow in, without putting an arrow in, to not scare anyone, I go to do this and I look in.
Ah, nice. Yeah. You look in the eyes. Can't even work for sage. Resistance.
What's the again, sorry?
Wisdom save. As you look into the eye, there is a moment where you sense something looking back. A little voice in Rowan's mind. Hello.
Oh shit, I guess I'm not the only one with the talking method. No, you're not the only one with the talking method.
I gotta look something up quickly. On the phone, I always forget where my notes are.
Rowan just replied with, how long have you been asleep for?
Roughly 7,000 years.
You must feel great.
in your mind. Sims and creative. And it's been asleep for 75 years.
I worked out who Zimzam's voice reminds me of. And it's, did you ever watch This Morning with Richard and Judy?
Yeah.
It's Rod Mull. Really, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Liam Herring, the comedians, Richard Herring and Phil, they had a daytime TV comedy show. It was instead of This Morning with Richard, it was This Morning with Richard and Judy. And they had creepy, like insane guy that sounded
The voice in Rowan's mind. I've been waiting for over 7,000 years.
Wait for Right. Why did you go away?
I was deposed.
Find it.
Valhalla.
But can they hear?
No, only you can hear it.
You guys are just watching me talk about bow.
Yeah, you are speaking out loud when you speak to the bow. You are just hearing it in your mind.
No speak.
Might be, you haven't found it.
What do you say?
Valhalla.
I say that to myself. No, I can't hear her.
You absolutely would have heard of them, as Valhalla was the last great dragon lord.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So, what's caused you to open your eyes?
Because you find the astral plane. Woke up something.
Would you like to go back to sleep?
No,
Okay.
no.
Does this thing have a speaker function?
Yeah! Open the eye!
Just walk up and go.
All hear that as you poke the eye. There is like a from the bow.
I relay everything, the conversation with us.
Yeah.
That.
Did you know about this exam or not?
Yeah. I didn't know who possession of who the bow came into, but I was aware.
So what's your name, buddy?
I was.
Wormson.
Once.
That, I don't know that character, sorry.
Wyrmson. Once.
I actually thought exactly about that.
Another one of the great dragons.
Who was my father?
Wales.
And my mother?
I know who one father is. Well, mother. Actually, no. I guess I would know who that is as well. Never mind.
Oh my god. Sorry, just want to send me a message about.
I have been asleep for far too long.
But I know something you're trying to achieve.
Destruction.
Oh shit.
We've got something very big.
Because it's what in the brain of dragons.
And you want to blow it up.
Yes. We will return.
Wow.
When the comet is dead, the dragons will rise.
Interesting. How would you feel about the Academy Anime Project on your bed? Is it a dragon, like an image of a dragon, or is it just a maybe it's transformed?
No, there are like scales. There are also like draconic scales down the bow as well. Down the haft. The bench bit, the half and the bow, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
We can make a deal.
Make a deal.
Well, we could make a deal where you could go back to sleep.
It's a win-win situation for you anyway. The comet comes, you come back.
I asked for your cooperation. You get the destruction of the world.
And maybe
I don't think that sounds as bad of a deal.
live in harmony with dragons.
I see your
And against you, different transport. Let's go. Sorry.
I'll turn to Zinzam and whisper and go, would this be a case of better the devil you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, if I got you out of there, would I lose my clothes?
I'm not raising your dragon.
This
Should not a dreamscape. I'm just going to look over there.
this bottom side now. It's far too small.
Satisfying.
Maybe keeping in the bow for now. And
Fine, more.
when Paylord Light is no longer an issue.
I place my hand on the bow
Yeah.
above where the eye is and
Yeah.
just push it down.
The eye closes. And it doesn't speak anymore.
Oh!
Yeah, good night.
I feel bad. Rowan feels bad, but badass.
Yeah, you close the eye on the bow and it no longer speaks.
So, dragons.
I mean,
Got a dragon?
the thing is though, is that
You think back to the mother load orb. There's a dragon in
the thing
there.
is though, is that dragons have notoriously fought with my family.
The rest of K-Rod
Yeah, that's why my great favourite animal
is
is
the dragon.
You'll notice, maybe we take another vote. Do we want to comment to bring back dragons, or do we just let it all blow up and zip off?
Most of the people in the room would also have heard the talking bow, by the way. I feel like it would be the shaman that approaches you and says, yes. No, that's not him. If this bow is the soul of the dragon, then clearly it is the very character. If it can be used to handle comics, then that's very course of action.
Well, I'm sure it can definitely help chip away at least, but I can't do the whole thing.
The other dragons coming back?
Better than the end of the world.
Harmony.
So that's another option.
Yeah, another option.
Slowly chip away.
What are your thoughts, Sharon? What to do?
This is new information.
Now it's not the time to see.
Well, the interest and honesty, we have found some ship.
Ooh.
It is in the vaults.
And have you solved the problem of somebody being in the ship being able to breathe?
Whilst they are inside the capsule, there will be a limited supply of oxygen goods. It would seem whoever decides to board this capsule is a suicide mission.
Unless they have a get out of jail.
And any other option?
I haven't get out of jail free card.
Destroy comics?
Get out of jail free about suicide.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because he's a barbarian, he can rage, and if he dies, he doesn't die.
I also have a red gem.
There is the red gem. There is the hell gem.
Yeah. No, I have a red gem where if I push it into the chest, or if anyone pushes it into the chest of someone who's dying.
Oh yes, the revivify gem.
Plus, we're all.
Plus that. Plus that.
If we get killed, we come back with 1 hit point.
There
Yeah.
is also the question of Harold's gift and what it's meant to be used for.
This is an interesting development. I would like to know more.
Well, it'd be nice to update the shaman for once. Harold gave me a gift to use at the right moment to help with.
What exactly does this gift do?
You don't know, he just touched my head and then we left. Very warm. Big hands.
Well, I would suggest that within the next 72 hours, you find a way to harness this gift.
Oh, I shall do my homework.
We appreciate it.
So the plan is,
While everyone's been chatting right now, I take Simon and go.
Yeah. Yeah, do it.
So while you guys had important conversations, me and Simon's gonna come a lap on the slide.
Nice, nice.
And as you guys are like, what's the plan? We're back like, yeah, guys, what's the plan?
I'm just gonna roll something here quick time.
What?
100% Son dies the first time round. You have to re-summon someone because he accidentally went down the third one. And then...
I'll be like, thank you.
Oh, that was a great time. I had a great time. That was really fun. There might be chunks of me down there now, but
Thank you.
food sauce. Hang on a second. Shit.
Yeah, don't you just turn to you just
No, the chunks of me stay when I die. You've never actually seen me die before. I get bounced by a Valkus. If the physical body of mine is dead, the chunks stick around and basically something. It's a bit. Yeah.
Basically, chunks stick around, Thor gets teleported back to hell, gets a new body.
Yeah, I do very briefly have to pass through Stoke Trent again every time I die. It's not a full time.
Stoke-on-Trent is the ethereal limbo.
yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
The Imperial Limbo and the River Dance.
Sorry everybody in Stoke on Trent, but that is a
You are in Stoke-on-Trent.
River Thames.
We'll find out. I have actually also thought of a canon name for why it is that name, and you'll figure out. I mean, you can ask Simon why it's got that name, but you'll figure it out if we ever go there. It'll be very apparent, very quickly.
Stoke-on-Trent.
No, it's not fucking time. It's too warm. And poor Trent. Well, if any of you have any more information, now is the time to say it. However, we have information for you. Like stairs, we have located Zindan's ship, and we have placed it within the vault. It is not operational, but I can try. I think that if we have dire needs, then we could shoot it out of a cannon.
Glass cannon.
I don't know anything about that, but there are many large militia cannons here in the city that we could aim up to the sky and fire.
It's Tina here.
Tina's not.
Oh,
I'm going to just say, in the interests of putting all our cards on the table,
Cardmaster.
I'll look over at the Tari brothers and go, do you wish to share with them what you told us?
The Atari brothers just give me this look.
Now's the time.
I said, don't be shy.
Jano, explain. Jano will turn to you all. I had a vision several weeks ago. Payload light fell. First dawn burned. The rest of the chaos survived. If there is something that we can do about it, now is the time. If we do not, it stand idly by, and all of Chaos will be destroyed. There is a moment where all of the mages guild genuinely listen intently to what the Tari brothers have to say, and all just look at one another across the room. And then it's Penelope that speaks. I have spent several thousand years here in First Dawn. It is my home. I do not want it to be destroyed, but if it saves the rest of K-Ra, then so be it. I shall modify one of these cannons down at the fireball. Flint, assist me with this.
Who's going to eat that shit?
Huh?
Who's fixing the shit?
You technically don't need the ship to get fixed if you want to send it on a one-man mission. If you want it to come back, then you need it fixed. But realistically, you could just shoot the ship out into space with the missile in there and have it blow up the continent.
I want to make it a point of trying to figure out who out of the Magic Palace are in this room to help me find out more about Taylor's gift.
I'm not. No checks necessary. Favorina 100% would be able to help you. She can work something.
I just sent a quick message to Barina and meet me on the balcony.
Yeah. We put over to that immediately as you step out onto the balcony, and I'm joined by Favorina Halazor, the Drow cleric of Pale. Yes, as I said before, she is a Drow and a cleric to the Sun God. Sun, yeah.
You sense lay your hands upon me, Barina. What's the second?
Not even necessary, Nora. You're practically glowing. I'm surprised that no one else noticed. There is a great power that rests within you. And close your eyes for a moment. As she then rests her hand on your head. And you both appear in a blank white space. And she is going to cast Divine Attention. She doesn't. I was going to let her roll, but she doesn't need to roll. She's a 20th level cleric. It just activates immediately. Much like when you communed with Palor. Find yourself standing in this immense golden field once again, and the farmer visage of Palor is just sitting there on a tree stump. Sways you over, smoking a corn cob. It's like, you have returned.
Running from fields of weeds.
Yeah, that is very nice. Fairina would, slowly walk over and join the both of you. Taylor, you have returned. Fairina, my trusted champion. Fairina just keeps a very bow. Fairina would then speak. Lord Taylor, I have sensed your gift within the Eleonora. I would greatly appreciate your guidance on how to manifest this power. Palor will then turn to you, Eleonora. Palor's life has become corrupted.
Sugar.
This entity that lives on Palor, it has corrupted my power with it. My only suggestion to you at this point, Nora, is to wish for all of this to be over. I believe that there is another one amongst your friends that has the power to move.
Who? Didn't tell me.
He was about to. He was literally about to say it, and then you're like, no, don't tell me. Very well.
Sure enough.
Paul.
Your young gymnastic friend, Miss Winson. Whilst she is not blessed with my gift, I think let's just say that she might use her own gifts to help you.
Thank you, Lord. You're very incredibly lovely.
Yeah. As you bow, you then go to stand back up again, and as you do, you're back on the balcony as if you never left. Vayrina will turn to you and just say, well, I hope you got your answers.
Yes, and I'm sure I'm going to get some answers from you one day. I'd love to know how you became the
I mean, I can answer your questions now. I'm more than happy to.
Oh. Tell me everything.
Well, let's begin. There was a time, long ago now, where I was how to put it lightly, I was a mistress of the
Horizontal alley?
no, not from there. I have to remember the other of the Renzac line. I was a mistress of the Renzac line.
I know it well.
You would know of the Renzac line as they are the noble line that runs the dark elf electorate.
She's a princess.
Or queen. Yeah.
I've had a lot of dealings with royalty.
Specifically, I feel like Evanora would most likely know this. Queen Zeldin Renzax. The fourth is the current one. Yeah, fourth would be the current one.
Maybe I've known one of you. Maybe I've met one of your mistresses.
Quite possibly. I was a mistress for the Renzax line. And there was a time where I became influenced by a darker power. This power, I'm fairly certain you are already familiar with. Mira. It was a wife. There was a time where I did one too many terrible things and have been making up for it. Yes, quite literally. Pale of Light delivered me from the Underdark, and I have lived here in personal existence.
Maybe you could pass some of your wisdom on to our friend. I feel like I was in very similar circumstances.
Your friend Darkus and I actually had a chat earlier, and I said that he wished for any guidance towards a more holy path, that I would be here for him.
Path of redemption is there for everything.
Indeed it is.
Right, go back.
We cut back
It's me.
as you come back inside. The information revealed. The acid rats have finally stopped playing.
Everyone's here from there.
Everyone's there. People are still enjoying the party. It's getting late, but people are still enjoying the party. There is, and as the acid rats slink off stage, and
One clap.
they go back to the sewers. They 100% jump down the slide and go back to the sewers. Then the shaman steps up onto the stage. We would like to open up this section of time for any of you that wish to speak here during the party. We have maybe a few hours or so until the Ruby wishes to perform. So if any of you would like to...
We should perform. It's after midnight.
Yeah, it's after midnight, yeah. Ruby's on late. Ruby's on late and then we'll stay. She gets the big 3-hour set. If any of you wish to speak in this time or perform, then please do. This is for you, people of Perth. Simon is just giving you this look of just... You know how we said I was going to do that thing on the 89? Can we move it up a little bit, please? Yeah. Simon gets on stage, pulls the microphone out of the stand that it's on. It's just like, hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon Deluxe. Don't really use that last name very often for reasons I would probably get sure. I'm not a stand-up comedian, but I've been doing this for a few years now. Every year or so, I like to travel around to one of the many cities in Kara and just tell people about shit I've seen. Many of you here today, my friends the Spellens, know exactly where I'm from. It's a little place in hell, specifically on Avernus called Stoke-on-Trent. If you might be wondering why it's called that, there is a man who has been cursed with eternal life. His name is Trent, and he is stoked every day until he dies. He then returns and is stoked again and again and again, and it's why we call it Stoke-on-Trent.
And you live on the body?
Well, no, well, he was a giant, is the thing Evernoor. My good friend Evernoor, by the way. We're rocking a wonderful serpent that I have not seen yet, actually. That's lovely.
I'm going to walk over to the bar, push the milk aside, and just go something strong.
Yes!
You've got
You,
some babies in the milk.
wine. There is wine that is offered.
Yeah, that'll do.
Trent was a large giant, and he became the base of Stoke.
I go over
Other things that Simon just goes on for like a good 30-40 minutes and doesn't stop until he is pulled off stage. Yeah, a hook wraps around Simon's neck and he's just there like, he's pulled off
That's a
stage.
big moment. Stalker's going to be at the bar, mouthing the words that Simon.
Yeah. You've heard this 100 times before.
I'm getting dragged off stage. I'm just kind of going.
Thank you, like that. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak in this moment?
Well, this is on you. You were the one that's
I'll bring up the old hat again. Who shall I be this evening?
Yes.
Okay.
Who does Evernoor want to
Okay,
be?
okay.
Give her a back to Chloe.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast seeming on myself on the stage.
Yeah, love it.
I'm gonna come on as
As a Ruby, I love it. Because she's here in the room. She's been gently getting pissed in the corner. And as you come on as the Ruby, she's just there like, oh, you bitch.
I'm going to open the tub of drugs and just give some to Simon and go.
Not Simon absolutely high-fived God. But obviously the hand is just covered in white powder. It's just like,
Bro, without making any eye contact, goes.
Yeah, I can mimic anyone's voice.
yeah.
Can I roll a performance check?
You absolutely can
And I can
roll
do it without
performance checks. Yes, because you are pretending to be someone else.
13 and 5. So I got performance.
20.
No. 18.
Okay. Still very good.
Performance is not that
I'm
hard.
going to roll insight for a couple of the members of the Mages Guild. No, disadvantage for Zimzor.
Yeah.
No, that was a nat 1. And finally, insight for the Ruby herself. Of course. Ruby is just there like,
Another coin.
ew. Doesn't get up though, just remains there seated in the corner watching what's about to go
And
down.
I am giving performance.
Are you doing her set?
No. Well,
Just
yeah,
like-
yeah. I do one of her numbers.
You do one of her numbers.
And then I change into Fanula and Croy.
Nice,
And
nice.
I just take my burlesque number.
Love it.
Um,
Like another performance.
Okay,
I'm going to use prestidigitation and create like sparks behind her and like
Natural
fireworks.
20.
Oh my god!
Brilliant. Here's the
What a
thing.
time,
You
yeah.
walk up onto the stage with Ruby and start performing one of her songs. And then midway through one of the songs, Simon runs in front of the stage with like a big purple like tarp basically. And as he runs in front, you change outfit and then appear on the stage again doing this like burlesque dance out thing. As there is just like a applause from the Platinum Lounge, and Ruby is just there like,
Yeah. And then what should I change into for the last?
Delilah and Amelia sat in the corner just like,
Yeah, no make it out. No
Oh,
make it out.
yeah. With other people.
it took a lot of alcohol from the heads to them.
No, there's a fun thing where there is Delilah on one side, Vinny on the other side, and someone who don't know in the middle, and they're just, gently having a chat.
Yogi, if Valkus thinks I should change it to Hella, who do you think I should change it for the last act?
Hella and the poor unfortunate souls.
Anything or anyone? I've got feeling.
I'm not going to suggest it. Mine would be ridiculous.
I can't.
So am I going to do Hella, or I'm just going to turn into a dragon and just have a seeming image of a dragon?
I love it.
Just
I feel like Hella's quite a good one.
Okay, I'll turn to Hella at the end. And then Hella will do like a sultry, like, flame talk song number at the end.
And prestidigitation, like green flames behind her.
Again, Simon runs in front of you, this on green car. You change, you become the visage of Hella, and there is a moment where everyone in the Platinum Land is like, she's escaped! But then Limiter is there, sitting at the back, like, that's not the real one. But very good show, as everyone is like genuinely terrified in this moment, and you have captured the room completely.
Right.
On minor illusion to put up like clap.
Yeah. Honestly, a few people would be like,
You give me Hella.
You give me hella fever.
Yeah, Hella. When you're in prison, you knocked me downstairs with a long time.
Love it. Are you done with your I loved it. That was great. If I could give you another inspiration token, I would. It was very good. I very much enjoyed it. A few roses are falling onto the stage for Evanora.
They magically whip up behind me.
And out the balcony.
And they punch behind me.
There!
And they give me the film.
Grabs them, vanishes.
Yeah.
As you step off the stage, there is a silence that rings out around the room
Positive.
as this like greenish purple smoke begins to billow about on the stage, and then appearing on the stage are these large 4 mushrooms. The big mushroom is just there with a banjo in his hand, and it's just like, we are fun guys! Yay! They just start playing some music. This was the secret act of the evening, the fun guys.
Where are the guys from?
You're not actually Evanora would know. They're a Feywild band. Yeah. The big one though, the big one is always just like ding, 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 very high pitched, and then the little ones are like boom, 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 boom.
I imagine it was toadstool kind of mushroom.
Yeah, 100% they are toadstool mushrooms. One of the little mushrooms has got this big that's way too big for them, and it's just like beep, 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 beep. They play it really well. Again, this goes on for like another hour or so. Mushroom puns galore, yeah, absolutely. Simon absolutely loves the fun guys,
I do too.
and he's just like, these guys are the best.
So good.
Like the drugs in my system, we're having a fucking great time right now.
You should have seen them in that prime.
Oh, they were great.
Girls, you should scream at them.
Yeah.
So as all this is going on,
Yep.
I'm just gonna work around the crowd.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
Babbo absolutely would get you another glass of milk at some point.
Yeah.
Come on, big grub.
I'm going to like
Growing boy.
lick the wine about 3 times, then just go, nope.
Baba absolutely picks up the glass of wine, necks it immediately, and then the glass refills with milk and she hands it to you. It's like champagne filled with milk.
Yeah, that's more my style.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak to Shaman and Zimzam and say tomorrow morning we'll all get together and work out how we're going to do this rocket thing.
10 a.m. Meet us in the vaults. I live there now. And the shaman just like gives him a look.
I'll just look at Zimzam and go, of course you do.
Well, I shit's in the vault, so yeah.
I'm going to turn around to Penelope and say, have a look at the cannons at your first available thing. Drag Flint along, you need something to do.
Admittedly, I was going to go and have a look right now. Flint, come with me. And Flint is just there like, nah, I don't want to, but I will. Anyone else?
And I'm going to go up to Pyrus and say, you do realise this is just bigger than you first thought. If Hadar is back and he gains power, the elemental plateau isn't safe to
No, which is why I wish to return there and be a overseer of sorts.
But surely your power would be helpful to stay here and cut him off at the pass.
As much as I would like to try, I am not a magician.
No, but I didn't peg you as a coward either.
There's a lot about me you don't know.
Likewise. Just
I will say this. There are many Genasi that has never left the elemental archipelago. And I suspect that with the islands churning once again, there will be new generations of Genasi that are not used to such matters. They will need the wisdom of an old fellow like myself to guide them through the dark times.
whereas if you help to stop this, they may not.
I suspect that whilst they may never know, K-Ra has known for quite some time.
Well, all I'm saying, take it from a humble warlock.
I was going to say something entirely.
No.
Maybe it's time to show your true leadership. And if you are representing your people, do something great to represent them and be remembered for that.
Okay. So no
Don't
clear
run back with some cowardly notion of leading your people through a time when that time could be stopped by you.
Wise words.
Just sleep on it.
Sure.
And I'm just going to pick up the milk and walk off.
Good milk. Down.
Say before that, you could have not had the milk yet, and then you had that conversation right before you were like, "Oh, I'm thinking confrontational to milk."
And I've just finished my milk.
That was like no glass, thank you.
If there are no other conversations, you would all like to go.
Gardens.
The drugs are starting to wear off at this point, by the way.
I'm used to them. Yeah.
If you want a top up, your friend Vargas has more.
Absolutely.
There was also just still more on the table. It's slowly being dwindling because Zimzam's like hitting it hard.
I can't imagine just open the top.
Yeah, there's like a permanent scarred face in the top. Let me just powder my nose.
Pushing a big pile of it down the table with his face.
Nice, love it.
No, the guy is going to go up to your parents
Of course.
and say hello.
Hi. Oh my god, it's been years.
Ages.
I know. Are you still working in Whitecross?
No, I'm just kind of randomly going around and doing stuff there.
Oh well, you know what? It's really good to see you again. It's been far too long, and Vinny would be like, yeah. big boy. Give this big hug. He can't wrap his arms around you because he's a bunny man and you're a big hawk man. And he's just there like, you've gotten bigger.
Yes.
So he goes to hit you on the shoulder and just like, ow.
Sounds different.
So I just want to make sure that I know Garn knows this before
Yeah.
I connect these dots.
Yeah.
But Garn doesn't know it's.
I feel like you would have
Oh,
an
he's kind of got the
idea.
idea, yeah.
You also saw Rowan speaking to the
So
other
he
bunny
knows.
people.
But does Garn know about the glass cannon?
Well, Flint did mention it.
Yeah.
And Rowan did also mention that her mom is proficient with glass blowing and stuff like that.
Yeah. If you're going to do the glass cannon, they're doing the cannon thing,
Yes.
and so if you want to do the cannon,
It's a different kind of thing. Like they call it a glass cannon, but it's only about this big.
it's like a jar.
It is like a jar. It's like an urn.
Two bunnies under.
I mean, no.
No. Okay, fine.
It's
No,
really nice to see you again.
you too.
How's Brecca these days?
I haven't really seen it for a while. It's all just ticking over.
I don't get over to the white pair as often as I'd like, to be honest. And then again, trying to get out of the town completely because Karen,
Yeah.
not nice verse.
If only something could drop out the sky on him.
Oh, I really hope so. I really hope so. Go want a drink?
I don't know, right?
Oh, yeah. When you say that, they're like, when you say, "Do you want some of this?" This is for Rowan's mom. I'm good. This is for Rowan's dad. I'll absolutely have some.
Pop your face in there.
He would pull a carrot from his pocket, dip the carrot into the drug, and then snort the cocaine off.
Or the carrot with the sugar.
It's like a chiseled bit
Like
out
carrot
of the carrot.
straw.
Yeah. Carrot spoon. Absolutely, just like dips the carrot in.
I happen to
and then
I happen to
bites
spot
on the
it from the moment of the drugs.
yeah.
Also, being this close to them and having this conversation with them, do I now know who the person is?
Yes. Oh, no. So the person in the person in the middle is just a human man who has been roped into their swinging.
Right.
They're probably going to take home later.
Okay.
His name is
Pete.
maybe.
Always Pete.
Maybe if I roll a P now, it'll be P. No, it's a B. His name is. It's not Barry. It's not Barry. It would be.
Bartholomew.
No, it. Oh yeah, I like.
Michael.
Michael. No, I like Bruiser. It would be Bruiser.
Michael.
Yeah, you're like between them is this like fairly hench human man called Bruiser that you think would be probably one of the few people that could challenge your own strength.
They probably have a type.
Mostly.
They have a type clearly.
They have a type. They definitely have a type.
Himbo.
Yeah, that is the type. When your mom needs someone dumb, that's who they go and find.
Oh. You're objectified and ridiculed.
I don't think Garn's been part of the swinging with Rowan's parents. That would be strange, but hilarious.
Never developed that when I listen to that.
So I'll wander up to Garn and go, do you want to be in there with those two? I'll help. I could be a great wingman.
It's not,
I can leave.
not for me, it's just friend.
Sure, just one little get us away.
Sat there
The
like,
one in the middle, maybe.
Yeah, Bruiser is 100% sat there, one arm round your mom, one arm round your dad, and it's just there like,
What is this?
Bruiser.
Everything. Cruising and gone, sitting in the credit crew, doing something.
Not understanding the power of their friends.
All to former.
I've got multiple dice down.
Oh, they're all natural 20s.
One of them was the left dice. A lot of D.
I do, oh no,
a D20.
distraction.
No, okay, so eventually the wrong guys stopped playing. And
You've been the fun guy.
yeah, 100%. The main big leader is just like, thank you very much, we've been the fun guys. We play at the Feywild every, whenever we want, realistically. Do swing by. Smoke bomb, they're gone.
Swing by.
And then all of the lights in the room turn a deep red as they down on the stage. This thick plume of reddish black smoke begins to fill the room as you just hear the heels on the floor, and then stepping out of the smoke is the Ruby herself. Hello, everybody. I hope you're here. That's quite pissed at this point. I hope you're all here and are enjoying the festivities.
Shout out again.
That wasn't me. That was Eleonora. You all can't tell the difference. I don't appreciate that. As she picks up the mic and starts to sing her set. I have actually written lyrics.
Who she replaced? What's his face?
Chaz has not been replaced, so there are now only 3
Jets.
jets. Yes, there are now only 3 jets.
You think you've written lyrics? Are you going to sing?
I'm not going to sing. I'm just
Sorry,
going.
I'll ask that again. Are you going to sing?
I'm not going to sing because
One
I
more
can't
time.
sing.
Just checking. Are you going to sing?
Fuck no. Would you like to?
No.
I didn't
I'd
think
like
so.
to.
No, because I don't have a beat. I don't have a song for it. No. Well,
Garage band.
it wouldn't work. It wouldn't.
I actually have my DJ decks in here. We could do a full set from concert.
I do not know what kind of tune would go along for this. So
So you're a really angry rock star.
no.
Have any of you guys listened to Postmodern Jukebox?
Yes.
We thought that the Ruby would sound like Postmodern Jukebox.
Yes.
I said that to them and I was like, this is giving you Ruby, and you were like, this is Ruby.
You all have heard her play this song before when you saw her play at the Golden Ladder. Opening song talks very much about her time as a slave in Bucyrus. It goes a little something like this. There was once a time when I didn't have a home, when my life was lived in chains and I was solo. I had to get away from there, no matter what the cost. My master's life I stole with haste and soon found that I was lost. But then I met some merry friends, and my lasting pain began to end. I fled the desert, it took great effort, I vowed never to return. Bucyrus is an awful place, a land not longer full of grace. I hope their city burns. The Dawn Republic became my home, it craved to hear my song. So sang I did, from north to south, and first on to Wygon. So now you know, yes you all know now, my tragic tale of woe. Yet worry not for me, my friends, please do not shed a tear. Just smile when you leave this place, we all now have a prize, a fitting tale to tell your friends, it's called the Ruby Rise. That is the opening song. Thank you. It took me a little bit of time to formulate the lyrics and exactly how it will play out. That I was shaking a little bit in the background there because I don't sing.
I didn't
I
notice
sing,
that
but
at all.
I'm glad you all enjoyed it. That is her opening song. It, as I said, it starts very slow and then starts to pick up through the middle until it is just this full instrumental, very happy and jovial, and then it cuts into her next song. When a ruby on the drums. Ruby on the drums. But yeah, the Ruby will continue to play her 3-hour set until the party is over. Yeah. Some of the people here begin to start filtering out roughly about 3 or 4 in the morning. The shaman would eventually go to bed. Vayrina would eventually leave. Limina would eventually leave. Penelope would eventually leave. So you are stuck with Azuma and Simzam, pretty much.
Great!
Yeah. If there's nothing else,
Okay, prepare for an Irish goodbye. We're going to be sitting around talking to them, and Balkus is going to look kind of nervous, and then suddenly this poisonous yellow gas just escapes from around him, and I'm going to cast Stinking Cloud. Oh, Zimsam!
counter spell from Simzam. 100% as a counter spell from Simzam. As whilst he is on drugs, he doesn't want the platinum lounge stinking of a
I'm
stinking
just going to go,
cloud.
Simon! Oh, you must have eaten something that doesn't agree with you again.
I do that all the time, boss.
I know. Oh, come on, let's get you home and cleaned up.
Okay, sure. You all leave because Simon farted. 100% Simzam. 100%. 100%. So, Simzam would counter spell the stinging cloud because he doesn't want the fucking platinum lounge stinking for the next however long it lasts. That's a long time.
Just go.
Just leave. You haven't got to stink out the
That's not my chaotic
No,
side.
we'll leave by smashing a window and jumping.
That was one of Babbitt's tricks.
Bab was still here, by the way.
Babbitt's cutting it up on the dance floor.
Bab was absolutely cutting it up on the dance floor, like fully breakdancing on the dance floor, doing all the like cool spin moves and stuff like that. She spins on her head 8 times.
Spins on someone else's head.
Yeah, 100% spins someone upside down on their own head. Simon.
Yeah, no, ready for it. Yeah.
I'm really dizzy.
God. Simon, who is like exactly what I hoped, more drugs, just into his face.
Oh! Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, should we go grass donkey?
Bedtime.
No.
You
Fine. No, I don't like oatmeal, to be honest.
Brass donkey?
Home or
So, yeah, I can have a drink back at the mansion, can't I?
yeah?
I go to look around before we leave, checking on my parents. But
They've already gone.
they've gone.
You could have said goodbye as they were leaving. I'm not going to be a bastard. and
They
do
did an
that.
Irish goodbye. They would be sorry.
Of course, they did an Irish.
Listen to the voices when we were doing.
They were.
They did a Harangon goodbye.
It's a Harangon goodbye there.
Harangon goodbye.
Yes.
Where they
Why
write a
don't we
video,
put the mansion
then leave.
in the Temple District? Yes, that's where D-Day is going to happen. So we'll be in the action.
We have got to be here tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Let's.
And it is currently 4 a.m. You've got 6 hours.
I'm just gonna slot the knob onto the patio doors, and I instead of stepping out into the balcony, step into the mansion.
Love that, yeah. You place the door handle for the Magnificent Mansion on the doors out to the balcony. The doors swing open. You can also mention. I forgot. Filbert is there with all of the flowers. Filbert is there with all of the flowers, and it's just like, whichever Nora, I will place these in a vase and run you a vase.
Oh,
And he just places them in a vase
Wow.
and then vanishes.
I've been in high heels all day.
But if there is nothing else, I think we might leave today's episode there.
How I enjoyed the bubble bath.
Yeah,
A bubble
you
bath.
can end today's episode with a bubble bath.
A bubble
With
bath.
bubbles in like
With the circling still on.
with the circle still on, and the
Yeah.
bubbles in like very specific places to do like sense
And
bars.
there's bubbles just like floating in the air around the table.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just not going to go, what a pretty new crowd.
indeed. Yeah, I think we will end today's session there. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed our little show, and we will be here same time, same place next week. Goodbye.
Bye.